Hi, Democrats. Today is Thursday, February 16th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Life. Happy Thursday. So, today in the House, they rolled out yet another plan for education. Now, this one sounds 50-50, kind of hopeful, right? $500 million is spending is what they've identified. $500 million towards education. That's the great thing. That's the thing that sounds great, right? $150 million that's specifically for teachers' pay, which is $2,500 per teacher. Sounds great, right? 50 millions for schools that receive below average on the tax revenue, which means if you live in a district where your school, there aren't a lot of taxpayers or the revenues for those houses aren't at the average level, then they're going to add some more money to those schools to increase funding. Sounds good. And then $300 million for a range of other expenses to shore up education. All of that sounds good. I have no problem with it, except I'm a little bit scared that they may not follow through, because that is what we've been begging for. Spend some money on education. Give the teachers a raise. Do something to address teacher flight. Do something to address so that some schools don't go all the way down to no repair, no attention whatsoever, where schools in more wealthy districts get all of the stuff. And so this is aimed at kind of leveling that playing field. That sounds great. All of that sounds great. I have no complaints with that if they follow through, right? They got to follow through. But then on the end, they tacked on, without a specific dollar amount, this Oklahoma parent tax credit, which will allow for $5,000 for each dependent who goes to a private school as a tax credit, and $2,500 for each dependent who goes to a homeschool. And it will fluctuate with revenue, where revenue is. But there's not a dollar amount attached to that. So I have to be consistent, right? I've been complaining about the voucher scheme with nothing to fix public schools. This plan purports to address public schools while allowing some of this voucher nonsense. I still don't believe in public tax dollars going to private schools, but at least they're trying to level the playing field. At least they're addressing it and not ignoring it. That's just what the plan is. It has been rolled out. It hasn't been voted on, hasn't made it to both chambers, hasn't been messed with. And it was a shell bill. So it wasn't one that was done before session where they've had some time. It was an empty bill where they shoved all this into it. We will see what happens. I am hopeful for teacher raises. I am hopeful for money to schools in lower income tax brackets. I am hopeful for like a range of things that will help public schools. That's if they do it. And let's hope, right? I want to stay hopeful. And so today's message is going to be positive. I'm not going to voice the alarms that are going off in my head. I want to be positive. But what we have to do is we have to stay diligent. We have to watch it, and we have to hold them accountable no, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay positive. Now, moving on. Today is February 16th. Today is February 16th. A month from today, on March 16th, are precinct elections all over the state. Now, there are some counties who will be combining their precinct elections with their county parties, and the notices of those went out yesterday, and some are going out today. If you didn't get that, it means we don't have your email address. Please go out to the Oklahoma Democratic Party website, okdemocrats.org. Sign up to get our newsletters. That gives us your address, and we can send you some information to weave you into the party. Now's the time. This is our rebuilding year. This is the year where we get everything set up, where we build our precincts, where we reinvigorate our county parties, where we provide the tools so that volunteers come in, know what to do, and have the stuff to do them. This is the year that we're rebuilding our party, and we need your help. Please figure out a way to get involved. Talk to a Democrat that you know who's involved. Go out to okdemocrats.org, click on the convention, and there's all the ways for you to get involved. If I haven't met you, I'd like to meet you. This is the time for us to rebuild our party so that in 2024, when we have all 5 congressional seats up, we're going to have candidates in all 5 congressional seats. All of our House seats, half of our state Senate seats will be up. We need to be ready for them. We need to be ready to help those candidates, to be those candidates, to vote for those candidates. Now, sooner than that, in the next 19 days, there's going to be another thing on the ballot. Marijuana will be on the ballot in 19 days. If you're not registered and somehow you stumbled across my video, please go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board and register to vote. Or go to your tag agency, or go to your local election board and register to vote so that you can participate in that election. It's not actually an election. You can participate on that ballot. And you can still request your absentee ballot through February 20th. So there's always something on the ballot, not just presidential, not just governor. There is always something on the ballot, and we have to stay vigilant. We have to pay attention. We have to know. So speaking of staying vigilant, if you haven't already signed up for your absentee ballot, please go out, sign up for your absentee ballot for the rest of the year, because there are things that are going to be on the ballot for the rest of the year. Most of us can't keep up with that. But if it gets mailed to your house, you can keep up with that. Okay, thanks for joining me. I will see you tomorrow at 4:15. You guys have a great evening.